we can discuss that, but seems like it will be good not to miss another session. Okay, I think we can start. So, last time we met was a lot of things happened. So you were resting at the inn when Elias spotted Mikaro. Mikaro is kind of Mal's weird friend from, I don't know, another place. Let's call it this way. And he basically said that there was a change in the Fey court, and now we have three princesses ruling the court. Her names are Aurora, Umbra, and Solaria, the princess of sunrise, sunset, and twilight. And they basically apologized to all of you, and Mel in particular, with regards to the involvement of their troops in the encounter you had with the Bugbear assassins. So they basically told you that the sprites that attacked you were summoned and controlled by someone named Lord Westgate, who resides in Baldur's Gate. And they asked you and said that the court or the princesses will be appreciative if you would, once you get there, that you settle the score. So that was the end of that conversation. Then you decided to visit Lady Sileria. She was very happy to hear that you indeed visited the house of Unwavering Eye, but she was a little bit upset that you have sent away the only witness that could really undergo a zone of truth spell and kind of uncover to the world and to the city what the Vigilant is all about. So she basically said, hey, you know what? I'm going to arrange a trial. I'll work on the council and the lords to make sure that we have a favorable audience, but you need to find the right judge for that. And there are three judges in the city that can conduct the trial, but she suspected that, or she didn't know who of those is trustworthy. So your job was to scour the city and kind of figure that out, which you did, and realized that two of the judges, I think it was the dwarf and the elf, I think I'm right here, that seemed to be under the influence of the cult in one way of the other. And when you basically used your familiars, etc., to kind of sneak into their apartments to spy, and during that, Eliath was caught in the act, and a couple of goons or militia goons kind of approached you, and one of them smacked you on the head, and then everything went black. This is how we stopped, or where we stopped last time. There was an intermediate in which I think it was Cedric and maybe Enhal, you got to the druids tower and asked about the ritual that needs to be done in order to cleanse the sword, Miracle's sword, and turn it into something beautiful. And the druid there told you that you need to bathe it in the holy water at Helm's temple, and then slay 3 undead creatures with it. And then it needs to be wielded by a just judge that is conducting a fair trial. And then the druid laughed like, yeah, good luck with that. I mean, the first is easy. The last one is kind of impossible. So anything that I'm missing, anything that you guys want to add?
We also grabbed the package from Helm's Temple.
Correct.
With the
Correct.
Iper on the fairy tale book, and
Correct. It contained a couple of interesting artifacts, right?
yes.
So a fairy tale book, a warning about miracles, legions, and some sort of a mechanical weird key that you now have in your possession. Okay. So Eliath, you, as I said, a mace toward your head, and then everything is black. I needed to make a, well, actually, I'll tell you what exactly. Whoop, whoop, whoop. you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 5.
A 5. Okay. So you are now blinded. So indeed, everything is pitch black. You can hear some of the people. You were in the street basically, so some of the people around. Hey, what's going on? Well, oh, they're arresting another one, and all kinds of those shouts. But essentially, you are now blinded and kind of So, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm just blind. I'm not knocked out entirely. I am going to make everybody blind to me as I go invisible.
No, nice. Um, okay. So you concentrate and cast the spell. And you go. Then more shouts. As you can hear the crowd kind of gathers. It seems like there is some sort of a commotion and people gather. So you're just using your ears now to kind of gauge what's going on around you. Let's make so roll initiative for me.
Oh wow. Oh wait, no, that's 7. Okay. 10 total.
Okay. Mel, so you were also kind of spying on one of the judges. You learned whatever you wanted to learn. What do you want to do?
Well, I learned what I wanted to learn. I go back to my friends.
Okay, so back to the inn, basically.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
That's where we were last. This is where everybody else is supposed to be, right?
Yep. Cedric
Yeah, so-
and Hal.
I believe we do the same. We go to the inn, check in
Yeah.
with the rest of the party.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you wanna go dip the sword in the pool at Hell's Temple first. We
I
were like
can make
just
holy
there,
water.
like yeah, I think it needs to be specifically that pool.
It is specific to this pool. I don't remember it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so yes, let's dip it then.
Also, just a clarification from the druid last time. Did they need to be done in that specific order, or could we do it in any order? The killing of the undead and dipping in the pool, and then the
So
judge.
in order to kind of break the sword's dark or full aura, you first need to cleanse it in a holy water pool. So that's the first. And now that it's kind of neutral, you can piss off Miracle by killing 3 undead with it.
So it has to be in order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
So-
you two head back to Helm's Temple.
Do we happen to cross the place where Eliathon nearly got arrested? Do we see any trouble on the streets or something?
So it's a huge city, but what you do here is you do hear some sort of a talk in the street with regards to the House of the Unwavering Eye, the fact that a group of government agent infiltrated it and released a couple of people. Oh, and it's so good that the streets cannot be policed, and the gods demand justice for the people who were locked inside. So you don't hear anything other than that. But it seems like the crowds are feeling much better now that this place was exposed to the public. So Eliath, you are invisible and also first to act. So what do you want to do?
I want to, because I'm blind, I find I move towards a place where I don't see people walking, or I don't hear people walking, and I stop and I see through my spider, which is hopefully still inside the office. the familiar, which I summoned.
That's a very interesting. This is very interesting. I don't know what happens if you are blinded, but you still have your familiar out. That's an interesting thing. Let's yeah, check it.
Well, you are blinded if you look through your familiar's eyes anyway, right? So, and you can dismiss it and summon it again close to you. That's just one action each, unless you dismiss it permanently.
That's right. Like it automatically by default, I am blind and deaf when I use my familiar. So
Yes.
So I would
Maybe-
say, I mean, as far as I can read, as an action, you can see through your familiar eyes and hear what it hears, gaining the benefit. During this time, you are deaf and blind with regards to your own senses. Interesting. I would say that this is a nice way to bypass this spell.
all right. So that's what I do. I open my eyes in my familiar senses and I quickly find the nearest window facing where I'm at on the street.
Okay.
Probably the way I can't if it's open, if I can get it open, it'd be great. If not, then I'll just like
It's
a
a-
video game
it's
third
a
person myself.
It's a
Quick question. Sorry to interrupt. But the spider was grabbing the sending stone
right,
when the guards approached you, I believe.
right,
I
right.
mean, if you want to play that out, that would be awesome.
So does the spider have the sending stone now?
I don't know.
I
So,
believe you made a check and then you were able to like pull it up.
yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
what did I? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. So maybe has it webbed somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
but you can't dismiss it if that's the case, because it will leave the stone behind.
No, he
That's right.
didn't. He didn't plan to dismiss it. He planned to kind of
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
remote control himself. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
make a perception check as the spider is kind of quickly trying to assess, like, where are you? Trying to peek through holes and windows.
12.
Okay, so it kind of find a place on the roof, on the beam or something like that, and it skids on the beam until he finds you. Like, oh, actually, but it can't see you because you're invisible.
Oh no. My whole plan is shit. Okay, so I guess here's what happening. There's too many things going on, but I guess
I will say that he did spot the two guards who look really confused.
Yeah, Eliathorn is just probably like several meters away from the guards, like 5 meters away from the guards, just like hopefully hoping that they don't run into him, and trying to get the spider out of the house as soon as possible.
Okay, so
I want that sending stone now.
Got it. So they will try to kind of beat you. You're blinded, but you're invisible, so they have advantage and then disadvantage. So nothing happens. Okay. They will try to smack you. This is weird. And in the meantime, the spider is kind of watching this, with two tiny, trying to remote control yourself. So each one of them will try to kind of hit you with they basically hold maces, so nothing hopefully too lethal. The first one is a 10 to hit, and the second is a 15 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, so they kind of trying to hit the air, and the crowd kind of gathers and watch them. Some of them, laugh. Some of them kind of, hey, what's going on? Oh, you just turned invisible. You can't believe it. It's amazing. Okay, so 2 attacks, and then they're gone. I would say that at this point, Yeah, Elias, what do you want to do? You guys are converging on the inn
Mhm.
at this point.
If they miss, I want to run down the street, and hopefully not trip over anything. At the same time, moving the spider with my very intelligent mage brain, moving the
Okay.
spider to get out of the house.
Okay, so
Just-
this is very kind of unsettling, right? I mean, you're viewing from someone else's eyes, trying to run your own body in a random direction. I need to make I would say a dexterity check just to make sure you're not kind of bumping straight into, I don't know, a pavement, a person, a pole.
6.
What? What was the number?
A 6.
Oh, a 6. Okay,
You
then.
fall on a dragon.
So
Yeah, I stumble on the dragon.
yeah, so you definitely hit the pavement using the wrong side of your foot, and then kind of you fall. At this point, the two guards hear this. Let me check. Actually, no. They are like, "What? Do you hear something? Grunt over there!" And they're trying to kind of pinpoint you. Two more attacks. One of them is trying to smack basically the air and hits his friend. His friend is kind of taking the blow straight to the face and then falling. And as he falls, his mace smacks you on the head. Pure accident. With a total of 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah,
Oh, I heard him. He's over here.
The spider must be laughing already.
Yeah.
yes.
You guys converge on the inn, and you spot a hawk circling above it.
So, is that the hawk of? Damn, now I can't remember names.
Mikado.
Yeah, yes.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, that's not that great. That's 8.
So you can't see any distinctive features, but it does look like at least the hawk that kind of visited you last time. It does a couple of circles, just making sure that you spotted it, and then it flies back toward the streets, and then it circles at the far end, kind of waiting for you.
Let's follow it.
Does anybody at the party ever play video games? I feel like they would know.
Hey, no, the video games don't isn't available in this world, so no. Mel, do you know anything about this?
Well, what can I say? It looks like the hawk that visited us before. So let's find out. It's an adventure.
Yes, but they're wine at the inn.
Yeah, but the wine won't go anywhere.
Okay, true. Yeah, well, I don't like your friend. He's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. I'm not sure I like him, but who cares? And we don't know if that's his hawk. It could also be some whatever druid or some other magic user's familiar.
Good point.
Yes.
Elias, your turn, as you are on the pavement with a throbbing head from that mace.
I command my invisibility wears off when I get hit in the head.
Oh,
It's my concentration breaks, and I'm seen by everyone.
Ooh.
And as I feel the magic dissipate, I just tell my my familiar, get out of that house and find me.
Okay.
As I stop seeing through its eyes. No, I keep seeing through its eyes, but now I don't see any. I just see whatever it's trying to do to get out. And I'm gonna cast sleep, which is an area spell actually.
Ooh.
It's 20 foot. Is it not? Yeah, 90 feet or 20 foot range area.
Okay.
I believe it's an area spell, right? Sleep.
It's a good
yeah.
question.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put everybody around me to sleep before running away again.
Do bear in mind that it affects the one with the lowest hit point first in the area. So is there like children running around, like screaming villagers, then they might fall asleep before the cows do. But I'm not sure how crowded the street is right now.
They should know better. That's 26 hit points total.
Nice. So you take out a guard plus roughly 7 more of the crowd. Like they all kind of and fall, and then the screaming starts.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's a wizard! It's attacking us! Flee! And mothers grab their children, and people kind of pull their spouses, etc. So and then shouts like heretic and black magic.
Does this count as a crime in the city?
It's a
Get
good
caught.
so it depends. Most criminal activities involve some sort of harm, so that's sleep is a sneaky one.
Maybe they just
I'm
fainted.
just
They were so surprised.
yeah, but I'm just imagining a witch trial now, like Monty Python style.
Totally unfair.
Exactly.
So I tried running down the street again. Do I fall?
Make another dexterity check.
Yes,
Wait,
this one's better. 19.
actually, so sorry, I forgot at least twice to allow you a constitution saving throw. So make 2 now.
Oh god. The first one was 15. The second one was 9.
Okay, so the first one got you out of the spell.
Perfect.
So you are not blind anymore.
So then I find that nearest alleyway and do my best. All my wisdom from running around in Baldur's Gate, I think it was. I try to just escape the cops, the police, the guards, or the thugs.
This is awesome. Make a make a stealth check as you try to kind of
21.
21 is amazing. You kind of slide into one of the nearby alleys. You try to kind of stay put, or are you trying to still move towards the inn, or like what's the plan here?
Because I'm not blind anymore, I find a place to hide, and then I help out my familiar get out of the house with a sending stone before going to the inn.
Good. So as you kind of concentrate and get the spider, approaching you, trying to avoid being stepped on, you three manage to kind of follow the hawk until the hawk kind of puts you around the area in which you already see people kind of fleeing. There's people speak about some sort of a black-robed, crazed look, the wizard cursing the crowd, and people fall dead due to his black magic, and the militia try to stop him, and they're clearing the street. Maybe we should rebuild this house of unwavering eye. All the heretics should go there, etc. So definitely something is off. However, the hawk basically kind of does a couple of circles and then flutters away. Eliath, you know what? So with your passive perception, you actually manage to spot your peeps, your friends, as they're kind of they look at the sky, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, there's clearly like an evil wizard here that has that orc familiar causing all this trouble. Like, what else could it be?
Hey guys.
Oh,
I'm
did
like,
you see the nasty
when?
black road wizard around here?
I mean these were black, but now they're all just covered in dirt. These robes. Well, I got some evidence on one of the judges, corrupt, and I have evidence too.
Yeah, my judge too. My judge too, totally corrupt.
So, I mean, we have something to threaten him with, as I show you guys the sending stone.
Oh wow, what's that?
Without activating, it's a sending stone. Talking to some, reporting in with somebody that wanted the outcome of the judgment going one way or another.
Oh, cool. Maybe we can call them.
Yeah, prank call them.
Do you manage to gather any evidence to get them arrested before the trial?
No,
Not yet.
but we were supposed to just investigate, not, or
Yeah.
were we supposed to get some
Yes,
more evidence? I mean, we were just
Maybe
checking them out to see which one we could try to, try to get the trial. I mean, we have to go for the third one, even though we haven't checked them out, but that's the only chance left, right?
Yeah, we had to see if they were trustworthy.
Correct.
But
Yeah,
weren't
exactly.
these judges all going to be on the trial?
So one of them
do I
is going to be selected, and the
Oh,
lady
okay.
asks you to kind of figure out who's the right one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we still need to check out the last person.
Why?
I have a hunch the last person will also be under the influence of the cult.
Yeah,
mean,
but then it doesn't matter. Or maybe then it matters, because then we have to make sure that our influence on whatever judge will be selected is bigger than the influence of the cult.
Yes, then we will find evidence and convince them to tell the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
Yes. We will not blackmail them or force them to do anything. We will just
Yeah.
convince them to tell the truth.
Yes, we will just make very convincing arguments.
Okay, and Hal trusts you. He's not that smart.
That's good.
So, what did you guys do? Did you find the package, and did you get the sword cleansed?
Well, we found a package that has quite weird artifacts inside. There's
But did you pick up the package?
yes, we picked it up with no problem.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to do it.
It's okay. Let's keep the promise for another time.
Deal.
Uh, we found a book of fairy tales, some warnings about the sect of Merkul, and this weird mechanical key, which I don't know how it works, and I showed to them. But let's keep this for later. We also bathed the sword in holy water, and we have to do another 2 trials to make it sure. But the third trial, I believe, will be very tough in this city, because it requires a judge that's pure, not corrupted.
We definitely got to check out that third one, that third judge then.
So
Could be a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, and we need to kill 3 undeads.
Well, we can just make 3.
I can't.
what?
Excuse me?
I mean, that would be an easy way to get the chance to kill 3 of them if somebody just made 3 of them.
Wait, Mel, have you been holding out on me?
I
Did you have
touch
that spell?
Mal on the head.
I don't have that spell, but I probably could soon. I don't know.
Mal,
be
this is not for you. Take this book, and I give her the fairy tale book.
Oh,
Take
yeah,
this
yeah.
book.
Let's see which one of my aunt's cousins is in there. And she looks for any witches or hags or anything. Evidence of hags.
Evidence
in the
of
book.
hags. So the third judge is a human named Elias Thorne that actually resides south of where you are right now, after the park, after the square park that houses the market. So if you want, you can head there to kind of investigate, or
What is their name?
Elias Thorne. Elias.
It's
really
not
coincidental.
Eliathorn?
Eliathorn,
Is that my,
yes.
Elias
my long lost
Thorne.
dad? He's
Is he
actually
your
alive?
uncle?
Oh, could be. I don't know.
Are you a judge?
Oh,
Oh,
you
crap.
could be a judge, a
Run.
totally trustworthy and honest judge.
runs in the family.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go and knock
Okay,
his
that's
door.
weird. Yeah.
You could see
Um,
someone blind with a spider on his head. It's like, what?
Well, do we want to knock on the door or sneak?
Let's check out the house from the outside
Well,
first.
All right.
Okay. So as you make your way to his house, you kind of watch it from afar, standing inconspicuously as possible near a coffee shop. And then, Eliath, you spot the 2 guards, one of them with a lump on his head. They seem to be kind of grumpy, etc. But they also go in there and meet with a 3rd militia guard. And they kind of ready their maces and kind of check them and speak among themselves. And you can sort of see from their sign language, 2 of them are about to go in the front, and then he kind of tells the 3rd one to go from the back. Like, it seems like they're planning something around the house.
Something's going down. The guards that attacked me, they're going into the house. It looks like they're, maybe, I don't know, maybe they want the judge or something. But you have to get there first. We have to knock him out. Sneak time?
Sneaky time.
Sneaky sleep spell time?
Yeah.
Please sneak.
Yes. How many people are around it on the street?
You kind of, put your head out, look around. Mostly shopkeepers, a couple of people kind of returning from the market. It's a quiet street, not very crowded, but there's definitely a couple of people there. The house is a 2-story house. On the right side, there's a barber shop. On the left side, there is some sort of a jewel maker. And then that judge's house, which the first floor is something that looks like, how does it call? Ink and pens and pencils and, writing materials shop. And probably his house or apartment is on the upper side.
well,
Does
the
it look
guy.
like it would be possible to break in without the guards spotting us while they go in, and also other villagers don't get in?
Well, let's try the cat. And I will just, put down my cat.
Meow.
Yeah, but the
it's
guards
black,
were
by the way.
about to go into the judge's house, right?
Yes.
So we might need to get in there like now to rescue the judge.
Okay.
Or or whatever's going on there. They might also be returning to judge to report in. We don't know.
Yeah, or maybe they're worried about the judge. They're trying to defend the judge or something.
But would it be possible to break into that house without anybody, the guards or other people on the street, seeing us?
So the
If
guards.
the house is on fire, we can save everyone inside.
If someone burns to death, we can animate them as an undead and kill them with a sword.
Oh my god, two birds with one sword. What if... Here's an idea. I can use Phantasmal Force to distract the front guard, because there's one front guard and two back guards, right?
Other way around.
But then they will be alarmed. Can't we just... couldn't I go invisible and Misty Step inside or something?
Could.
That'd be sick.
Yes, but then you are alone inside. Well, I could go invisible also and follow them in. But then the two of us are alone inside, and if it comes to fighting, then we would probably be at a disadvantage without the rest of the gang here.
I could go inside.
I
I
don't
can
go
go
at
inside
in
being
hall,
invisible.
especially at in hall.
3 of us could be inside.
Yes, and then we have in hall outside.
Engaging the guards.
Yeah, in conversation.
But we don't want to
Well-
engage the guard in the middle of the street.
Well, can somebody run really fast?
I'm a pretty good
no.
runner, I guess.
Let's do it another way. Let's pretend someone is stealing me and runs, and I distract the guards to chase this guy, and the rest sneak in.
Good idea.
Yeah, but I would rather we didn't alert the guard and just went inside to find out what they're doing before we do anything to them.
I believe we don't have much time, so let's make a decision, whatever it is.
Yes, I'll wait out here and be ready to rush in when we scream for help. And the rest of us go inside and follow the guards, like right now, invisible.
Okay.
Break a window if you want me to jump in. Something, make a noise.
No,
Yeah.
I leave my cat with you, and when it disappears, I just dismiss it, and when it disappears, it's the sign that you have to come in.
Okay. So Angel is standing there with a cat. 3 of you become invisible, and as the guards, the 2 of them in the front door, open the door, I need the 3 of you to make stealth checks to kind of slip through their ranks undetected.
Should I make a stealth for my spider too?
No.
Okay.
24 for me.
Okay.
Come on,
17.
Elias, come on.
So-
Don't mess it up.
Wait, don't
no,
I
I
have
messed it up
advantage?
already. I have a 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
with a-
when I'm in, but
with-
when
Hey,
I'm invisible,
Within.
but when I'm
advantage?
invisible, is it an advantage, right? Advantage, right?
It has to be.
So when you
Yes.
are invisible,
Okay.
let's see.
I just make another one.
It has to be something. Plus 10.
Oops.
Sad we don't have a druid with pass without trace to help
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a druid next time.
You are invisible. Impossible to see without the person hiding, heavily obscured. Heavily obscured, whatever that means.
It's like obscured, like if you're behind a bush, you're heavily obscured by the bush.
It's up to you if the possibility of them actually is like seeing us
Yeah,
is
they-
what's going on here, then advantage. If it's like them hearing us and then be alerted just by hearing the noise, then invisibility wouldn't help.
I agree. So I would say that you do get a regular stealth, not for being seen, but for being heard,
Makes sense.
etc. So
I mean, it is a tricky sneak.
It is. So I have a 7.
Me too.
okay,
7 from heaven.
2 sevens and and very hard on.
And with me, like a 24, then we average it out, and then it's a success, right?
Right. So you find yourself inside as the two guards come in, but then it seems like both Mal and Eliath kind of, stumbled into one another as they try to pass through the door at the same time. The guards, however, like one of them just passes and ignores all this. He seems to be very determined. Let's call it this way. The one with the lump on his head. The other one kind of turns around and just stops for a second.
I'll gesture at my friends, and then I'll point, and they can't see anything. But I will still do it, and then I'll head further into the house without being spotted, hopefully.
Okay. So he kind of stops and then continues, but you can see, or like Cedric, you believe that he's suspicious. They both go to the staircase, up the staircase, and you can hear them knock on the door.
I would like to be like up on the staircase also, near them, if possible.
Mal, Eliath, same?
Now, what else is there to see?
Yeah, what else is down here? Quick scan.
So if you move, make either like a perception check. Two of you.
18.
Okay. So you spot, it's kind of a shop ran by an 8. Okay.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
So nice. Beautiful.
Beautiful, exactly. A ton of things on the walls.
Awesome.
But Eliath, you spot a young halfling who's probably running this place. His fingers are covered with ink, so obviously he's the one kind of mixing and providing all the materials and shops, etc. As the two soldiers, kind of militia soldiers, go in, he looks at them and immediately turns pale and goes out of the shop, turns the closed, sign, and then gets out of the shop and closes the door. So anyhow, you can see a small halfling looks really worried, kind of steps out of the shop and turning the sign to close.
The halfling is outside the shop.
Yeah.
Hello there.
He kind of lifts his head.
I hope it's not too late. I really need some black ink. My daughter needs to do her writing.
Of course, sir. Just please return in a couple of hours.
It's very important to do it to get now. Please do me this favor.
No, not possible. I'm completely sorry now. The people inside, the soldiers, there seems like some sort of a discussion with the judge. I not to be disturbed. And he kind of trots away.
Like I wait. I hope the cat is with me. I wait near the entrance.
Okay. The door upstairs is opens, and you can see the man who's probably the man named Elias. He is dressed in plain clothes, whites and blacks, and he holds a plate, obviously his lunch or something like that. And as soon as he opens the door, the guard, the one with the lump, kind of poof, flips the plate with a snap of his finger, and then pushes the judge inside. You can hear him like and falls on the floor. And then they both of the guards stride in.
Sneak in there. No.
Make stealth checks again.
Oh, natural 20, so 25 this time.
You float inside,
I'm afraid of pressing the button.
Oh, I want to float as well. 23.
Ooh, another floater.
Natural 1 for me. That's gonna be. I just let out a fart.
Oh, amazing. So as Cedric and Mal kind of float inside. You two hear the first soldier says something like, "You're gonna get a letter from the lady, and you're going to ignore it." And then like a punch to the face. Yeah.
As soon as he does that and raises his arm, I would like to do like a booming voice. The Watcher is here.
Oh, amazing! Make
I like this.
yeah. It's kind of a do it. I don't know, a performance
It's
check to kind of. But the other judge turns around and smacks, or at least attempts to smack Eliath on the head. Oh, the natural 20. That's so cool because he heard you.
disadvantage because of invisibility,
Hmm.
and I got a 23 on my performance check.
Okay. No, so he basically heard him, so he spotted him by hearing. I think I'm interpreting the.
I'm gonna have another giant egg in my head. On the other
I'm pretty
side.
sure as long as
Tiefling
you're invisible,
disguise.
even if they know where they are, it's still disadvantage
I think
on attacks.
you're correct.
They have to be like visible
yeah,
in some
yeah.
like
I think you're.
fairy fire or something else.
I think you're correct. Okay, so maybe you saved your ass from natural 20, and this is a 4. So, like the mace shatters a couple of pictures and removes something like, I don't know, 3 wine glasses or wine bottles from a shelf, and like the apartment starts to look like, you know, like someone broke in and decided to go wild. Please, all of you, let's do this. Let's do an initiative check first, and then we'll resolve Cedric's Watcher thingy.
16 for Cedric.
14 for Elias, Lauren.
Ten for
10
10
for
for
Mal.
Mal.
Okay.
5 from
No, wait,
Andrew.
12 plus 2. 12.
Okay. So actually, the guards get to act first. So the first one kind of hears what you shouted, Cedric. And he's kind of immediately looking around, trying to kind of understand what's going on. Anything else other than the shout itself?
Well, yes, but that's probably my action when it's my turn.
Okay.
I would like,
So
but just at least get them attention to get them to stop. Was my intention.
So weirdly enough, that like the guard kind of smiles and says to the judge, "See, he's here." And then you can this time really the punch connects, and the judge is kind of, you know, doesn't understand anything. The food is on the table. He's like on the floor. He's lying, and then simply gets one in the nose. The other one kind of tries to recover, and let's see. So he tries again to smack around and trying to find Elias, this time kind of with a bead of sweat, and then he shouts downstairs, "Rod, there's someone invisible here!"
Ido, before
Yeah.
you roll,
Mm-hmm.
did you hit me with? Do you hit me with a natural 20, right?
No, because it was with a disadvantage. So the second one
okay.
was
Right, never mind.
Was a 4. So this is a 17 or a 5. So he's still breaking stuff in the apartment. And Enhal, at this point, I would say that you hear, I mean, the cat is still with you, didn't vanish, but you can definitely hear things breaking at the apartment. And you can also see a couple of people around you, like looking up, like what's going on. So at this point, it's Cedric's turn.
Yes. Is there like a doorway into another room or like furniture I could hide behind like really quickly?
Yes,
That's still close up.
yes, definitely. There's kind of a sofa and like for guests, and not a big one, but a small but fluffy chair for dinner and a lone dinner or something like that. So,
Good. Yes, but I need to be someplace where the guards can't see me.
yeah.
Yeah. That's important because then I'm going to cast a simple little dancing light spell. So I'm just making some light in the room. But with dancing light, I can make it appear as a vaguely humanoid figure, like glowing figure of light that is vaguely humanoid. And then I will continue my performance like, I will deal with this judge and intruders personally.
Awesome. So the guard kind of grabs the judge for another hit, and then you kind of made this watcher like figure, and he kind of stops and look at the watcher with glowing eyes. Yes, of course. And he grabs the judge and kind of tries to drag him towards the apparition again in his turn. But this is kind of the gist of it. Anything else?
Just like leave this to me, like leave.
Okay.
That's and I'm still like I did my movement, I did my action, everything. So and hiding.
Okay, Elias. You can hear footsteps from below, like another one is approaching.
Somebody's approaching upwards.
And you did hear me the watcher say that he would deal with intruders. You don't know, you might not know it's me.
Yeah. Then and then there's also a guard next to me, like just smashing things.
Smashing things, exactly.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna as he's smashing things, I want to grab something and make some noise in another room, like throw something to distract him. And I want to sneak into the room where crap, I forgot your name. Morton. Suddenly.
Sorry. Kedrick.
Kedrick. Okay. Yeah, so I want to sneak into the room with Kedrick, but I want to distract the guard downstairs, and I don't want to break the ruse yet. So just sneak in there.
Okay. Note that depends on what you're grabbing, like because the guard that is attacking will probably see something being lifted into air. Like you need to be careful with it. So maybe a sleight of hand check just to make sure that you do this undetected.
All right, sleight of hand. Come on. 10.
Okay, do it. So where do you want to throw it? Like into the room, back to the stairs, or what?
Yeah, just into a different area, away from here. So he goes smash over there.
Oh, got it.
So might be.
So you kind of flip a piece of a broken bottle to kind of get him to attack that place. Okay, good. And then you want to dive into the room, like deeper into the room.
Yeah, I want to be there with Cedric.
Okay, make another stealth check just to make sure that you're not stepping on broken debris or something like that.
Stealth. There we go. 13.
Okay. Mel, what do you want to do?
So, just to make sure we understand each other, I'm in the room with Cedric and the judge and one of the guards.
2 of the guards. One of them is holding the judge, approaching the watcher, the so-called watcher. Yes. The second one is just smashing thing at the door, trying to get the
Yes. Okay. I thought that was in a different room. Okay, but it's okay. Good. Okay, I will dismiss the cat.
In hell.
It's an action, so I can't do much else but move out of the way and get some cover so that don't hit me accidentally or something like this.
Okay. Make a stealth check just to make sure that you're not heard. But in hell, the cat is kind of and then boop, vanishes.
Oh, 7.
Okay.
Still waiting for my turn.
So roll initiative. I'm not sure you told me your count.
5. I rolled 5.
5. So it is your turn. You're the last.
Okay. So the door is locked.
No, it's open.
So I open the door.
Yeah, you
and
just
look
flipped the
ins-
sign. You didn't. The halfling didn't lock it.
Okay. I open the door and just look inside. What do I see
Um,
at first glance?
So to the left of you, there is a shop area. In front of you is a staircase. On top of it, you see a militia guard holding what's it called? A shield, and then what appears to be a huge kind of, I don't know, bottle or something like that full of ink. Probably grabbed it from the shop, and it seems like he's about to kind of throw it into the room. Inside the room, there's a lot of commotion, like some sparkling lights and people, or you can hear things break and all kinds of commotion.
Okay, so I guess I will rush towards the stairs where I see the guard
Yeah, smack him.
and try to smack him without even giving him a chance to speak.
Okay.
So I 16 hits.
Yes.
And why did it roll like that? Wait. 1d of d8 plus 3. Okay. 11 damage.
You slide your sword right through its ribs, and he's like, "Ugh," and then you can hear him bleh, puking blood, and then he just falls on the stairs, and then slides back.
Well, wait a second. Something weird happened with the damage. I rolled longsword damage and gave me 11 plus 6. Why?
You're asking me?
No, it didn't. It gave you a 8 plus 3 for 11, and then it did you a second damage if you were using it two-handed, where it rolled a d10, where you rolled a
Okay,
3 on the
okay.
d10 plus 3, so
Oh,
6 points of damage.
okay,
So
okay, yeah.
that's just it. It rolled for both one-handed and two-handed.
Okay, okay. I understand. Thanks.
The result remains a dead body on the staircase.
Do I see any of my friends, or they are all of them invisible?
You remember them becoming invisible, and like a quick glance through the room, they're not there. There is only the Watcher, basically a like a glowing figure, roughly humanoid, in the middle of the room. Two guards. One of them is taking the judge with a bloated nose, a bloody nose, toward the Watcher. So anything else you want to do?
I shout on the other, the the one with the judge in his hands. I shout him to leave now or die. And
Okay. The guard will look at the glowing figure, like, should I take care of this person?
No, I will punish them all.
So he drops the judge, and they both kind of walk away towards the interior of the house, and then they kind of put their hands like this and wait.
Uh,
It's actually your turn.
okay.
And hell, you saw like this exchange. The guard tried to kind of say, "Should I, take care?" And the operation said, "No, I'll take care of them." And then the guards took a step back and are waiting to see what happens.
Yeah.
am I perceptive enough to distinguish this apparition from the Watcher I've seen?
I'm not sure. I'm
It
actually
was a
not.
23 on my performance.
Yes, I don't know.
Yes. I'm still hiding behind the couch, so I can
Yeah.
only sort of like listen to what is happening. I'm not quite sure what is going on, but I can't peek out because they'll probably hear me. I will add some sparkling effects, like the humanoid figure will raise his arms, and then just small sparkling effect like I've done before, like any mortal who will witness my power will perish. Uh,
Oh my god.
And Enhal needs a new armor.
so I'm just doing like a sparkling thing and hoping to intimidate them, maybe to run away from
Um,
this
well,
powerful effects going on.
so it depends. Like they are basically house stricken, but it seems like they are on the religious side. So they feel like it's my team. It's fine. I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it. Popcorn.
yeah, but no. Mortals can't handle my power.
Make a deception. Nah, you know what? Persuasion. I'll say a persuasion check. But it really depends on, like, Eliath and Mel. What do you want to do as you see this?
Uh,
You two still being invisible.
so, um, well, that's I only rolled an 11, so that's a 19. Love peanut butter.
Okay. Mel and Eliath.
Basically,
Yeah.
smelling blood. Uh, now that somebody's been murdered, Eliathlorn, his eyes turns red. No, um, I think Eliathlorn gets in a prime precision and is holding the sleep spell to drop on the guards because it's always so unreliable.
Okay. And Hal,
And with knives, with a short sword in his hand to stab as well. The kidney.
And Mel, well, I'm glad you said that, because I'm debating with myself if I just try and put them both to sleep. Maybe they fell asleep when they witnessed the power of the Watcher. So,
and depending on where you are in the room, you might see like Cedric's hiding behind the couch, like shouting up and like making the hands like to make the figure move, and the sparkling effect.
I could disguise myself as the doctor again, make the confusion completely. But I think I will try the sleep.
Okay,
spell on the
shoot
guards.
it.
Yes, hang on.
Yeah, do remember that you will turn visible when you do that.
Yes, I remember. It affects. Oh, it didn't roll. It just shows the.
I think you can click on it to roll it.
Yes, but I did. But it shows
But
the.
the description, the 5d8. If you click on the 5d8.
Okay.
Then
Oh yeah, true. 20 hit points.
20. Oh my god. Actually, one of them was heard from the last time, which is amazing because they both drop. So as Kedrick is kind of, behold my immortal, and then they just fall. It all depends on, and then Enhal, you do see Mel
dances.
like she kind of pops into visibility, and you can see her like.
Okay, I'm still frightened though.
The judge is like, what the hell is going on?
We're here to save you.
I'll look over at Mel like, what happened? like just whispering, and still hiding under the couch, so I can't see what happened to the guard. Yeah.
Practically, the initiative is still on track, I believe, because I am going to hit this apparition next turn.
So yeah, I would say that you can definitely do that. So make your attack roll, and then we'll see how it kind of So Enhel charges and tries to smack the.
20 natural.
So they made a crit on it, and it's not there. There's nothing there. It's just a glowing orb of light that is vaguely humanoid.
Just smite him, you know.
So I roll twice and I add the modifier once.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just air. Like you can see Kedrick kind of rising from the couch, and you can see his hands being weaving the shape of
Yeah,
light.
and I'll dismiss the glowing light, so it just disappears.
Okay.
Or you can
Yeah.
feel as you have killed it. So it really
Yeah.
depends on.
Maybe I will look
We
at it
synchronize.
and then just do that, like make it split in half as he's cut through it, because it's like 4 orbs that forms together. Then I can split up again and then just make them disappear as they split up in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it was easy after all. Why
make
we almost died the first time?
That wasn't quite the true Watcher in Hell.
Oh.
Don't try that the next time you see the Watcher. I don't think it will go well. Or maybe it was just a dancing light spell. I don't know. I will go to the. I assume we're out of initiative now.
Yes.
I will go to the judge just to see how hurt he is.
He has a black eye and what it seems to be a broken nose, but other than that, he's fine. He's kind of goes up to his feet, a little bit kind of dizzy.
I'm really sorry about this. We are here to help you. I'm not quite sure what just happened, but Thursdays we're here to help, and I will lay on, not lay on hands, but cast a cure wounds and heal his wounds.
Amazing. He looks at you, Enhal, being the official looking paladin in the room, and says, "We must get
Bloody
the
sword.
yeah, we must get the militia, like the real militia. Who are they?"
Well, apparently they are some fanatics of the water, and they seem to be influenced by the cult of Tiamat.
Why are they here? Why are you here?
They are here because for the same reason we are here. You are going to be called by the lady to stand as a judge in a trial, and we were looking for a judge that's not corrupted, and apparently that's you.
He looks at you and says, "If this is the case, maybe we should make it appear as if their small scheme succeeded."
My thoughts exactly. They are going to wake up soon, and when they are, we should be ready for it.
I
I
can tie
will-
him up if you want.
No. We need them to wake up again, see the Watcher again.
Oh,
I can
understand.
bring him back, and then the Watcher will say, "Admission accomplished." And judge, if you'll allow it, like to say, just say something like, "I'll trust your judgment. I'll do what you want," something like that, and then hopefully they will leave. So the rest of you need to go hide in the other room, and I'll go behind the couch again and make the Watcher appear again.
Or we just go out and I'll make you invisible again after you call the Watcher?
We don't need to be invisible or anything. I assume as soon as they see the Watcher and they hear the judge has.
All we need to do
Yeah.
is to make sure that the halfling that runs the shop does not see the judge. So to make this believable.
So the corpse.
Oh, you killed someone? Oh well.
I'm gonna go take care of the corpse.
I'll
invisibly.
take.
I'll drag it.
I'll tell them to take care of the corpse as the Watcher.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
awesome.
Mal, Elithan, and Hal, you kind of take a step back. Kedrick, you kind of conjure back the watcher and tell the two guards who kind of wake up dizzy. As you said, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
I will say that because you kind of did quite good on your role regarding the no mortal should witness this. I would say they are kind of, this is what happens when a mortal witness the full might of the watcher. They kind of pass out. So I would say that they pointed at the judge and said, "You were warned. You're not going to accept the invitation to run the trial." And then they
Wrong. He will accept it, and he will rule as we want it.
turn and yeah, the might of the judge, your wisdom. It's and they bow and kind of take their leave as they bow, and then they stumble on the corpse and kind of
Yeah, and I would say, deal with our fallen comrade, or something like that. Yeah, or deal with your fallen comrade.
they bow and put their hands up in the recognized symbol, grab the guard, and they leave through the back door.
Yes, and then the watcher disappears, and oh, well, that was easy. Good job, guys.
Nice.
So, Judge, I hope you're willing to take this case, and we might also need another small favor, just that you use a sword. Not use it as killing someone, but just carry it with you to the trial. We are trying to cleanse an unholy artifact.
He
and
says, "I'll be
person.
happy to help my benefactors. You did an amazing thing today, and I'm in your debt. But the trial will be held without bias. So
Of course,
I did agree to run it, but I'm not guaranteeing any result."
That's what we want. We want justice.
Yes,
Justice.
we want justice against those guys that just tried to kill you.
Yeah.
Not trying to influence you or anything, but they did just attack you. Not AA, know what I mean?
Okay.
Just stating facts here. Do your own research.
Yeah. Awesome. So you leave the judge to wait for the lady's summon. I'm assuming that you need to tell her like that this is the one she needs to summon.
Well, the guards brought the paper with them, with the invitation, I guess. So
I'm not sure this is the case. Actually, I'm not sure this is it. They didn't know who she's going to invite as much as you don't currently.
okay.
But I assume we did cleanse the sword or put the sword in the holy water at the temple, right?
Yeah, that happened.
Yes. So we still need to kill the undead, and then have the judge wield it.
Yes.
Or use it in the trial.
So, anybody from around town, you know where the undeads are? We could spend the night at the graveyard.
Like, are there any rumors, like if you listen around, are there any rumors of haunted places or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we can ask the judge before we leave.
I don't ask the judge. I ask around town.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there are rumors of black magicians who burn down whole house fronts in streets and stuff like that, right?
The only I wouldn't say rumor, but no, actually there are none. I mean, when you kind of speak around, the only thing that you hear is that, and by the way, you've heard it from the lady when you first met her. She did say that there is some plague taking hold of the nearby farms. It seems like cattle is found dead, chewed, and infected in some form of disease. But that was the only mention of something that is out of the, ordinary, quote unquote. But no mention of undead infestation or something like that.
We just need to summon whatever attacked us while we were trying to rest at the camp. The shadowy creature. They are probably undead.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see
So
any? Yes.
let's
Continue.
praise Merkel. Let's not do that.
Well, do we see any signs of Merkul maybe hidden in the town? So as we walk in the town, have we seen anything that looks like an upside down triangle?
You didn't necessarily look for anything like that, so the answer would be no. But you can definitely try to look for it, or just make sure that the judge have the sword until, or he can run a trial after you kill 3 undead with it that happen to be in your way. But currently, you don't hear anything specifically in the city that is mentioning undead. I mean, again, you can spend the time and probably dig up some if you dig long and and hard enough.
Well, if we're waiting on the trial anyway, then we might look around. Maybe whatever is spreading the plague is also undead something.
Or maybe we find a necromancer and just hire him to animate 3 of them, and then we just kill him.
No, we'll kill the necromancer.
Yeah, well, we can do that after.
We can find a necromancer.
No, we give him to the judge, so he goes to process, right?
Yeah, let's look up Craigslist to see if we can find a local necromancer.
Do we need to kill 3 undeads with the sword or just kill 3 undeads?
No,
with a sword.
With the sword, come on.
Yeah, it was with the sword.
So,
and by the way, I'm not good at all with the sword, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Does the sword still have the black aura around it?
No, that
so
was gone.
Enhal, you could probably use it now.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
Well, yeah.
Sticking with the pointy end.
It's a long sword. Like I can also use a long sword, but it's so damn heavy. Like if I have to do more like 3 swings, like look at these arms, like these noodle arms. I'm used to instruments, not swords.
Okay, so I'll equip. Like I have now my longsword, I'll keep that as an equipment, and let's assume it's the Mercury longsword for now. In the D&D Beyond thing.
You can just put it as a sword, longsword +1,
Okay.
and it will do fun stuff when totally converted. Okay, so what do you want to do? Like, what's the plan?
Let's visit some of the farms that are plagued.
Okay, I'm assuming you do mention to the lady that she needs to gather the trial, the court.
I think so.
Okay.
We don't want to risk it.
Okay.
Like I don't know where the farms are, but I'm guessing it's not like a couple meters away from here.
No, it does require a bit of a round trip outside the walls. So she.
I also.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we have a scene with her, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
At the castle, she is basically sitting for dinner as you guys approach. She's happy to see you, but a little bit concerned because she did hear some rumors about a black robed 8-foot tall necromancer with horns and black wings of darkness running in the street and getting people knocked out. So she's kind of hope everything is okay.
Yeah, but if he has wings, why would he run? That makes no sense.
Yeah. That was something totally unrelated to us. We had nothing to do with that. That was I don't know. We didn't see it, any of us, right, guys?
Maybe it was food poisoning.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything like this.
Yeah.
We
I'm
did see
sure
some.
Enhold totally believes that it wasn't one of us, and I'm willing to lie and say it wasn't one of us.
So, do you have any information with regards to the judges that I just gave you?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
The elf and the dwarf, they are totally corrupt.
In fact, I have some evidence for the elf. They were contacting somebody with this sending stone in order to fudge up the trial. If you want this to use for leverage, perhaps.
She takes it and signals to one of the guards in the corridor, and she says, like she whispers, "Please call Arthur into the room." And then she asks you guys about the third judge.
They seem pretty just.
So Kedrick, you tell the plan.
Well, the third judge is not corrupt and will do a fair and impartial judgment.
She says that it will take me roughly a week to set the trial and get the court. In the meantime, and then a man, actually wearing black robes, comes into the room and kind of examines the sending stone. He kind of mumbles a little bit around it, etc. And
what does it do? What does it do? Can I make an Arcana check?
Yes.
Not that I'm curious or anything. 13.
It seems like he's trying to weave some sort of a locate object spell to find the other side of the.
Oh, wow. Good idea.
And then he looks up and says, in my opinion, the second piece of that is located at one of the farms to the north of the city.
Oh. Do they have any plagues around the farms?
That is what we've been informed, sir.
So we could go on a mission and see how and tell the people to take precautions and help them look around for things.
That would be very much advisable, sir.
Yeah, as long back in time for the trial, since Enhall is our witness.
How far away is the farm?
They are just outside of the wall, something like a half a day ride.
Oh, great. So, can we get some horses?
He looks at the lady and she nods. Says, "Of course, I will provide you with everything you need for the road."
3 horses and 1 pony.
I want a unicorn.
He smiles and then says, one word of wisdom, if you like. The second part of the stone is held by someone with considerable power. It seems like this stone or this artifact was made very recently by the person who holds the second piece.
Oops.
So we are going to visit the farm at the south to see, right?
All I'm saying is that I would advise poaching with cautious. And then he bows and leaves.
Want to join us?
He stops at the door and says, I'm earning my XP differently. And then he bows and kind of
Nice.
I understand.
Okay. Anything else?
Not here at the lady, for me at least. But there was also the professor at the College of Bard College Law thing that the dragon mentioned. We still haven't looked into that.
They're back in the insane asylum.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
You didn't close
Yeah,
it.
but we weren't quite sure if he was there or not, but he probably was, yes.
Yeah.
I
I
wonder
believe
how
it
we
will be
walked
easier
in there
after
again.
the trial.
What?
I believe that it will be easier after the trial to visit the asylum again. Maybe we won't have to, because
Yeah,
the
that's
prisoners will be free.
correct. That's kind of the. This is basically what she said. That if you will like arrange the trial, then it will be much easier to cease and desist the house, the asylum, and then everyone will be free.
Yeah. There was also the option to go into the asylum, but if we could figure out the back door.
Right.
Last time she mentioned that they often had like a secret escape route. So if we could find that and get into the asylum.
Correct.
And find evidence or another witness.
Correct.
I'm up for both.
Yeah. Although I'm leaning more towards farm, so we can do it after the trial, the professor thing.
Yeah, if we think we have enough evidence.
Right, because we could get more things. I don't have any leads.
And it's
Besides
dangerous
sneaking.
to go into that place if the actual watcher shows up. I don't want to see that thing. Whatever
I
it
want
is.
to see it. I want to see it. And
I
really-
summoned
run
I summoned the dancing light and have it run around Mel.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see the real thing. I saw it before.
Yes.
Does it look the same?
Hey, didn't you get a key?
Yes, I
And
have
how?
this mechanical key I present to all of the party, which I don't know what it does, what it unlocks, or how it works.
Is there any information I can extract from it? Looking at it, seeing how it behaves.
So are you back to the inn to do
Yeah.
a one night rest before taking to the village, to the farms?
Yeah, great. A long rest, and we can identify the key, and I can read the book.
Correct.
And we can also just stay here for a week and wait for the trial. Enjoy the good food, the wine, the donut smell.
Yeah, I'll just get some to go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever you guys want. Sure. Adventures. Going around in the mud. Danger.
Speaking of
Okay,
identify
okay.
spells, how many? Oh, sorry, what?
Sorry, nothing.
The identify spell. How many of those do we have to use? We have one pearl, right, or two?
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
consume the pearl.
it doesn't. We have just one pearl, and we can use it until we lose the pearl or sell it or whatever.
Oh, okay. Because there's just that necklace that had necromantic energy with it that you had.
What kind of necklace?
It was a necklace of Corlon. But it smelled
the
of
holy
necromancy.
symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
It had necromancy?
Yeah. That's why you wanted it so much.
No, that's not why I wanted it. But
Oh.
But okay, let's check it out. And she pulls it out and she casts Identify on it.
In the inn, in our rooms, in private.
No, I'm assuming that you guys went to your room. So you cast what on which?
Identify on the elaborate holy symbol of Corellon.
I think
the one that has the.
I think you already did it at some point of time. It yeah, I think it was Didn't I give you like the information about it?
Let's see.
For some reason, I believe we already discussed it, but maybe it's on.
Well, you just told us the poem that's on it, and I don't remember.
Yeah, me
So-
neither.
Maybe it
But
wasn't magical and it just was the history around it, doing a history check or investigation or something like that.
Yeah, well, what I know is the following. It has the poem on it, and it says, Marlene, it is no waste for a whole garden to be planted, grown, and trimmed just to capture the bloom of a single perfect rose. And it's in Elvish,
Mm-hmm.
and it's lined with gold. And
Mhm.
that's why I wanted it, because it's a poetic gilded flower, which I need for my next spell. as
So
of
if
component.
you cast and identify on it,
Yes.
the only thing I can kind of share with you is some sort of a vision. You are thrown back in time, and you can see this fair elven woman lady wearing this holy symbol, walking in the forest, and then something attacks her. She drops, she dies, and then time kind of flies by, and her skeletal remains are covered by sand and vegetation and debris. And then there's a dwarf walking next by, stumbling on her corpse, and he digs up the remain, picks up the holy symbol, is probably able to understand that it's Elvish, and instead of taking it to where it belongs, he grabs it and puts it in its backpack and simply walks away. And what you feel, this necromantic energy around the symbol, is kind of the I don't know, the anger and the fierceness of this elven woman's soul still linger around the holy symbol, all the artifact, still bound to this world because of this crime, right? I mean, no one returned her to where she should be.
Yeah.
And if you remember, in that small dungeon, there was an elven shadow ghost something. Her father.
Yeah.
Yes.
Side quest.
Yeah. So that was fun. I can do this again sometime. So what else to identify?
The key.
The key.
The key. Let's do another one.
All right.
Okay. So the key, strangely enough, is not magical in the sense of that it uses magic to open something. It's magical in the sense that it's mechanical. As I said, it's kind of a big key. There is a huge, some sort of a rune or figure that seems like a maze. So a maze flattened, attached to this key, but the pins and the toothy part of the key are manipulated via magic. So you can kind of do something in the maze, and then the key kind of changes its configuration, and this is magical. But it's a mechanical key, so it should fit someplace and then turned as a regular key, but you just need to manipulate in a certain way in order to get it working properly.
All right, expand on that.
Ooh, puzzle. Can I try?
Yeah, it's boring here.
All right, I'm gonna try to solve it.
I believe we need the lock to solve it, right?
Probably, yes.
So we can
It's
know the
what?
configuration.
Well, we can ask some gaunt engineer, and he can look at it and figure out what the lock must look like, and then they will probably know where to find locks like this. I don't know. I'd rather read this book. So is this book magical at all?
Yes. So
Yes.
The book is surprisingly heavy to its size, and it's bound in leather, but it has a faint sheen like moonlight on water that kind of reflects on it, which is
Wow, awesome.
really nice. There is a silver gilded lettering on the front, and you can only see it when you kind of turn it against the light, and it reads "The Gilded Tales." And if you open it, the pages are like they feel like the finest silk, and the illustration and the texts seem to kind of move, Harry Potter newspaper style. So as you kind
Wow,
of
that
turn
is
the
so
page,
awesome.
yeah, so a ton of interesting books inside, like familiar stories that you're aware of. So you kind of stop on one of the book, which is a very common fairy tale that is the boy who called Manticore. You know this one, right? I mean, a boy cried Manticore, there was no Manticore, and then he cried it again, no Manticore, and eventually when the Manticore came and ate everyone, nobody believed, because no one believed him. So you kind of step on this one and you read it, and it's really nice. And after you finish reading it, you kind of turn the page, and then you can find on your hand 3 thorns of a Manticore's tail. They just kind
Wow.
of appear on your hand, which is amazing.
How awesome. Are they poisonous?
You believe so?
So could they be used as a dagger?
You think so?
Do you mind if I use these sometime? And she
Pokes Enhal.
starts. No, she starts to put them in a bag. Oh, anybody want these? I mean, you have your swords.
I also have a dagger.
Great. Here, you go and take one. And it's probably good if we all have one. And so here, and a Lythorn, and Anhel, you have the sword.
I am not very good with daggers.
Yeah. Okay. So we have all one of those. Great. So I want to read more of the stories.
Yeah.
Are there any fairy tales involving 3 undead skeletons that suddenly pop up, maybe?
So
good idea.
You kind of flip the page, but there is some sort of a you remember the sheen that I told you about, like it's glowing, etc. It seems like it diminished after producing those 3 thorns. So you believe maybe you can read one bedtime story a night, and no more.
Understand. Oh, great. What a nice book.
Okay.
Yes, good. So in Hall, you have to read a bedtime story for Mel each night now.
I can read
to
it.
me.
I can read it myself. You just take care of your own sword, and I can read the stories for you if you want. You don't mind, do you? She starts putting the book in her bag.
No, keep it.
Oh, thank you.
So
Okay. Anything else before tucking in?
Are we? So we're leaving tomorrow, right? So we make a long rest, a night for a long rest.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. If there's anything we need to buy, remember to buy it.
Holy water.
sure,
That's a great idea.
I can make also holy water, I believe.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Please do. It
Holy water vending machine.
could be helpful against the undead.
So I fill up the bathtub with water and I submerge my holy symbol and start to pray in the bathtub.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Holy bath.
A holy bath. Amazing. That's how it's done. Come on.
Yeah, I fill up my water skin. with holy water.
Some
It's
make
probably better and healthier,
moonshine,
right?
and paladins make holy water in the bathtub.
Yeah, I'll take some.
So
Uh,
let's say we all
yeah.
have 3 bottles of holy water.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. So the night is spent sleeping, eating, and resting mostly, and you wake up in the morning refreshed to the news of, you know, attack at the market square, 10-foot giant necromancer with wings kidnapped 10 kids and disappeared. The militia people managed to contain the situation. The vigilant says that this is a proof that staying in the light and donating to the church is the right way to avert the high ladies corruption and all kinds of those messages in the morning.
As as and this is kind of retroactively now, but have I noticed any people following us or being weird around us besides the usual? In particular, looking for the Harpers. Have I noticed any Harper signs or any of them looking at me angrily?
So since most of the time you either spend your time either invisible or stealthy or not in your true face, you don't recall any, anything like that.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep that up.
And it's kind of retroactively as well, but not really. So I make sure that the half-orc knows that the next day we are going to leave, but we have need of donuts to go.
Of
Course, at least.
Of course. So when you wake up, there is a like a picnic basket waiting for you. With 4 donuts. The 4 of them are each kind of topped with a different, a different topping. That's the first half of the basket. The second half is bread, cheese, and a small bottle of sparkling wine.
Oh, wow.
Only a small?
Yeah, it's just for Mel. It's not for the entire.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you.
Then I'll go pick up my supplies then. 3 bottles of wine.
Exactly. So if you can definitely take your breakfast with you. So since you're not planning like a 3 months,
I make him a picture of 3 little fairies that somehow look a little bit like witches, and they bake something in an oven that could also be a cauldron.
Okay, that sounds good. And Enhal, you get like a big loaf of bread, and it's near it there are something like 3 slabs of dried meat wrapped in oiled paper, and some fruits and vegetables.
Nice.
Okay, and you basically set your way to the northern gate, to leave the city, but not that far. The Berdas is kind of surrounded by farmland and small villages that dot the scene. It's not a like most of them stay close to the wall as reasonably possible to be protected from the whatever is there outside, and you definitely see a presence of the militia traveling the roads and making sure that everyone are safe as possible. But definitely, as you go out of the walls, you see kind of a trickle of people coming into the city, most of them walking in front or behind large carts, with children inside, and some, personal belongings. It seems like it's a trickle of mostly refugees. You hear people talk about raiders and cultists that are attacking villages and cities and towns randomly, for whatever they can loot. So it seems like something that is happening all around, and a lot of people are trying to find safety in Berdusk, although most of them are, it's just a stop in the way to either to El Turel or to Baldur's Gate or to Waterdeep, like the bigger cities. So that's kind of what's going on outside.
As they pass by and we pass by them, do we see any known person, maybe Father Andrew for me, or the girls that were saved in the early sessions from the rest of the team?
So it's you kind of open your eyes to see if you can spot any familiar faces, but most of them are farmers, villagers, people you don't know, strangers, basically. All seem a little bit, broken spirited. Um, Definitely had some rough experiences in wherever they came from. However, as you kind of look around and maybe ask around, it does seem that a particular village is standing out in their stories. There is tales of a place called Eldoria, which is supposed to be a small village nestled between two hills up in the north. And it seems like whatever happened there is a little bit different than, a regular cultists attacking, looting, and fleeing. It seems like someone or something actually took hold of that village. The only thing special about that specific village is an iron mine that is located near it. So, but that's basically rumors and things that you can hear from people passing by.
Are there any that have any word about Greenest? Or what happened to Greenest?
All you hear is that the place was burned to the ground and the fort fell.
But no talk about any people escaping.
You can hear, a lot of people from this place are refugees. So they say, whoever managed to flee is headed to the larger cities. Well, big walls that they can kind of be safe. So if you're looking for any relatives, Berdusk, El Turel, Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep are the places to look for.
Well, I didn't really know anyone in Greenest, so just natural curiosity. And I'll hope that some made it out alive.
Yeah.
Did the village that you said had a hoard stolen from and it had an iron mine?
Yes.
Which direction was it?
North.
North.
Yeah.
Right.
So as you basically take your way to the other side, like the opposite side from the travelers that trickle to Berdusk, you find yourself in a place that is more and more barren. You can see here and there remains of villages, most of them razed to the ground, burnt. You can definitely locate the tracks of wagons that took whatever was people managed to take and traveled in the direction of El Turel. So definitely you see signs of the loot wagons as you've seen, as you've seen in the camp just next to Green Nest. So it's definitely a familiar, if worrying, sign. The magic of the stone, Mal, as you kind of manipulate it, Arthur kind of showed you how to focus on it to kind of get your bearing to where the other stone is located. And indeed, you find yourself on a road, a dirt road, that is leading to a small village sprawled between two hills. The hills look barren, as if raised, as if something burned them completely. And on one of the hills, you can see a dark opening, which is probably the iron mine mentioned by the villagers. There is something weird about this place. I mean, first it's the silence, and there are figures moving around the village, mostly into the mine and outside of it. But you can definitely see people going from building to building, or trying to kind of, work plows or instruments of agriculture, working the fields, but the fields are dead. I mean, there's nothing there, just ashes. You can see someone trying to fix a roof, but all of them move rather slowly, deliberately, and on the entire area there is this sense of heaviness, let's call it this way. And it's noon, so managed to travel half a day and reach the village of Eldoria. From this weirdness comes out a cloaked figure, hunched, dragging a leg, approaching you, wrapped with rags. You can see gray hair coming out of the hood. That it's not really a hood, but more of a headband or something like that. Seems like an old woman who looks at you from afar. The only thing that kind of puts you out is her, blank eyes, like there's nothing behind it. One of her hands is kind of crooked in this way, and as she nears, you can see dark veins that are surrounding her face and her arms, and you think that you've seen such phenomena before on that wyvern that you killed in the cave. However, something is really off here. The wyvern that you attacked was an aberrant creature. You don't think it was dead. She, however, doesn't look like she has any life force in her. She seems devoid of life. And she approaches you on the scene of the two hills. And at some point, she just stops in front of you.
Who goes there?
When you say who goes there, she smiles, and you can see rotten gray and black teeth that surround her face, her mouth. And as your voice kind of ripple through the space between you and her, all the people in the village kind of stop and then crank their heads towards you. So something like 15, 20 people just stop whatever they're doing, if they're fixing a roof or tending to the garden or whatever. They just stop and just look at you. And this is where we'll stop for tonight.
Has someone been watching Invasion of the Body Snatcher recently?
Unfortunately not.
I don't like why you asking that, Martin. I don't like that.
I don't know. For some reason, that just popped up in my head, like the 5 version of that movie
Yes.
that exist.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Really?
I think so.
Then you should.
They're not all called
No.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. There are some that's just called Invasion, I think.
Yeah.
Like a No Cold Kidman movie, and there's another one also that is newer. And then there's some old ones also, like
No, just
50
look
years
for
old.
the one with Donald Sutherland or keep
Yeah,
it.
Donald Sutherland. That one is good.
That was
Yeah.
good. It's like just look for that one and watch it. It's amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you like unsettling, creepy, horror-y things, it's not like
Definitely.
jump scares, blood everywhere.
I like jump
Exactly.
scares.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's just the creepy, unsettling feeling of it. That's good.
Is that story in the book?
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's definitely in the book.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So hopefully next time is on Saturday night. This Saturday, I'll let you know if there's any change of plan. But
Right.
for now, let's aim for that.
Well, yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome.
But hey, it's good. Like we're here. There's undeads. Like get the sword out.
Yes. Meat grinder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
Awesome. Yalla, guys. So have a very good week. Enjoy your the in between time, and hopefully see you in a couple of days.
Yes. See you then.
You
Have
too.
a good week.
Likewise.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.